The Hail Mary Go for Broke lawsuit filed by the Trump campaign in Pennsylvania to block the certification of results in the state was taken to the shredders by the judge. This case was a very important one because of two reasons. Number one, the Trump campaign went straight for the kill, asking the judge to block the certification of the results because Republican voters were disadvantaged as Democratic counties allowed voters to cure technical errors in the ballot. This was Trump campaign's major case in Pennsylvania, and we only have another 48 hours for Pennsylvania counties to certify the results. So naturally, a favorable ruling would have helped the Trump campaign to mess up the certification process and allow Trump to invite Pennsylvania lawmakers to the White House and discuss about COVID. US District Judge Matthew Brown dismissed the lawsuit and gave back to the Trump campaign as good as the evidence his court received from them. It has been many years since I sat down to read a 37-page ruling, but it did not take a lot of time to understand that the judge wanted to make it explicitly clear that there was no legal standing to grant the Trump campaign's request. I will just read a small portion of the judge's opinion, which will help you understand the kind of lawsuits Trump campaign has been filing in courts around the country and why their lawsuits keep failing. The judge wrote that the Trump campaign offered strained legal arguments without merit and speculative accusations. In the United States of America, this cannot justify the disenfranchisement of a single voter, let alone all the voters of its sixth most populated state. So this was the first case Rudy Giuliani appeared for in 30 years, and he has started off with a 100% loss record. The Trump campaign now wants to appeal against the decision and move the case to the Pennsylvania Supreme Court. But as the judge noted, speculative accusations are what the Trump campaign has, and that is all they have. And as long as they keep holding back on the trove of evidence, these lawsuits are not going anywhere. Sidney Powell told the entire world algorithms deployed in voting software magically switched Trump votes for Biden, and Trump had actually won the election by a landslide, and that she has evidence to prove it. She not only refused to share the evidence with Fox News, but she has so far refused to share the evidence with Rudy Giuliani as well. They have now deployed the same "we will get the healthcare plan in 2 weeks" strategy. I think the elite legal strike force assembled by the president will now keep saying that they will release the evidence in 2 weeks for the next 4 years. The pressure from local leaders has started to mount on Trump to accept defeat. Senator Pat Toomey, right after the decision by the district court, wrote on Twitter hailing Judge Matthew Brown as a longtime conservative Republican who he knows to be a fair and unbiased jurist. And also note the next sentence. President Trump has exhausted all plausible legal options to challenge the result of the presidential race in Pennsylvania. Republican Senator from Pennsylvania, Pat Toomey's decision to go public against Trump's action relieves the pressure that has been applied on some local GOP officials to block the certification of county results. The Republican Party is now being split in the middle. There is a faction that wants to keep Trump, and there is a group that wants to move on. RNC chairperson Ronna McDaniel yesterday released a statement asking Michigan statewide certification board, the board of canvassers, to delay the certification of the results. But Senator Pat Toomey, a Republican from Pennsylvania, has asked Trump to accept his defeat. There are at least 3 more lawsuits the Trump campaign has in Pennsylvania, but since there is no ruling yet to stop the certification, there really is no path for the Trump campaign to stop the certification in the state of Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania counties are due to certify their votes by Monday, leaving the final statewide certification in the hands of Secretary of State Kathy Boockwa, a Democrat. If the certification of Pennsylvania goes through, the Trump campaign will no longer be in a position to raise more money from people saying that it will overturn the results. So expect some feverish action from Team Trump over the next 3 days. This was the map Rudy Giuliani used in this week's press conference to tell the world that Trump has a way to win the election. But so sad for Rudy, his hourly fees from the Trump campaign may get yanked soon because Georgia has already certified the results, Nevada and Pennsylvania will certify in the next 2 days. And with that, they will have to find a new spin to keep the fundraiser going on until December 14th. Thanks for watching. If you like the content, please subscribe. That's the only way this channel will grow. Otherwise, it's going to stay hidden under the pile of rubble. Thank you again.